Hello everyone, this is Lata Akula. In this video, we are going to study about transverse section of the monocotyledonous root. As we finished the transverse section of the dicot root in the previous video, so both the transverse sections of both dicot and monocot roots are similar but exhibits a few dissimilarities. They will study here. So what is the outermost layer in the root? That is nothing but epidermis only, which is a single layer. What is the first part? Epidermis only, which is a single layer, and that produces the outermost of this epidermis that produces protrusions called as root hair. The function of this root hair is nothing but they absorb the water and mineral salts from its vicinity. Vicinity means from its soil. Okay, that is about the epidermis. And next to this epidermis is the cortex is present. Generally, in the roots, the hypodermis is absent, right? Here, the hypodermis is absent in the cortex, and these roots they consist of loosely arranged parenchymatous cells. What is the function of the loosely arranged parenchymatous cells? As we finished in the last video, the loosely arranged parenchymatous cells that have the more cellular gaps because of the that allows the inflow of the water freely inside. And next one is the endodermis. What is the next to the cortex is the endodermis. This endodermis, it is the junction between the cortex and the stele, right? Here this endodermis, it is the single layer made up of a barrel shaped cells. What type of the cells here? The barrel shaped cells are present, and they consist of the roots, they consist of the Casparian strips, which are made up of waxy substance called as suberin. Here also the endodermis consists of the waxy strip called as suberin, which are otherwise called as Casparian strips. Okay, and then what is the next to this endodermis? Pericycle. What is this? This is the pericycle, and here if you see this pericycle, we have in the dicot roots what we have studied it. The main function of this pericycle is the parenchymatous cells present in that pericycle that will act as a meristematic tissue that divide and gives rise to cambium. Okay, cambium and lateral roots as we said in the dicot. But here in the monocot roots, they only form the lateral roots. The pericycle forms only lateral roots only, that will not form any cambium. The cambium was absent in the monocot root. That means if the cambium is absent, what happens? There is no secondary growth in the monocot root. So what is the function of the pericycle here? Only the formation of lateral roots, but it will not form any cambium like the dicot root, which will help further in the development of the secondary growth. And next one is the vascular bundles. That means if the cambium is between the xylem and phloem, the cambium was absent in the monocots, right? Here the cambium is not present. The next one is the vascular bundle. What the vascular bundle consists of? Xylem, phloem, xylem, phloem, xylem, phloem, like this. The vascular bundles were present. They were arranged alternate with each other in different radii. Hence, they exhibits a radial type of vascular bundles. And here, the cambium was absent between the xylem and phloem. If the cambium was present, that vascular bundles are called as open vascular bundles. They are open for the secondary growth, right? But here, between the xylem and phloem, there is no cambium is present. Hence, this type of vascular bundles are called as closed type of vascular bundles. Closed type of vascular bundles are present in the monocotyledonous root because there is no cambium formation between the xylem and phloem, and they are closed for the secondary growth. So what type of vascular bundles? Closed type of vascular bundles and radial type of vascular bundles, and they do not undergo secondary growth. And in dicot roots, when the vascular bundles, how many vascular bundles are present? Nearly 6 vascular bundles are present, that is Hexart condition. But here in the monocotyledonous roots, more than 6 xylem bundles are present. How many? more than 6 xylem bundles are present. That means they exhibits a polyarch. See how many xylem bundles are present? That exhibits a polyarch condition. What type of condition it is? Polyarch. And if you see the phloem consists of, in the monocots, the phloem consists of seed tubes, campaniensis, phloem fibers are present, but phloem parenchyma was absent in the monocot roots. The phloem parenchyma was not present. And between a xylem, see here, between a xylem and phloem, there is a parenchymatous tissue is present. What is that called? Conjunctive tissue is present. And last one is pith. Here, the pith was well developed and it is large. Whereas in dicots, it is very small and inconspicuous, right? But in the monocots, the pith is large and well developed. So now we'll discuss what are the differences between the dicot and monocot roots. As we see in pericycle, in dicot roots, the pericycle will help both in the formation of lateral roots and cambium formation. But in the monocot roots, it helps only in the formation of the lateral roots that will not form the cambium. And what is the second difference? The vascular bundles. Here, what is the problem here? The cambium is absent, hence there is a closed type of vascular bundles are present, whereas in the dicots, they are open type of vascular bundles. And in the dicots, there is only hexarch condition. That means xylem bundles are only up to 6 bundles only present. But here, polyarch condition, more than 6 xylem bundles can be seen in the monocots. And another difference is the pith. Here, in the dicots, the pith is small and inconspicuous, which is not well developed, whereas in the monocots, the pith was large and well developed, which can be seen easily. This is about the monocotyledonous root. So with this, we have completed the monocotyledonous roots. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Lata Avila Biology Tutorial. Please keep watch my videos.